three in a week. So look, my name's Peter King. I'm chair of the Australian Cricket Hall of Fame, and we're here today to induct our 66th inductee into the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame began in 1996, and it's my pleasure this year to announce our third inductee. We had Michael Clarke, previous Australian captain, last week, and Christina Matthews the other day on the first day of the Women's Ashes Test, which was fantastic. And today we have Michael Bevan here, so it's a pleasure to announce him as our final inductee for this year into the Australian Cricket Hall of Fame. Without doubt, Michael revolutionised the white ball cricket game in this country and became a household name for his masterful batting and amazing athleticism and ability to close out games. It was Michael's exceptional record that forced, in a way, for the Cricket Hall of Fame committee to re-establish the criteria about how we conduct inductees into the Hall of Fame. So it was, I guess we've changed our criteria, which we're announcing today, to allow us to accommodate all forms of the game in both the men's and women's process. Previously it was very much around Test cricket. Now we have the criteria open to all forms of the game, including the short forms of 50 over and the T20 format. So hence the wonderful record that Michael established in the ODI 50 over format sort of forced us to this position. So we've modernised our criteria in response to that. So in the late 90s and early 2000s, the name Bevan and one-dayers were synonymous with each other. Michael's stunning performances forced fans to either flock to a stadium or to turn on their televisions, which was the impact he had on the game of cricket, Australia and globally. He has an incredible record, not only in 50 over cricket, but if you look at his statistics across all formats of the game, it really is an incredible collection of statistics and a wonderful record. He's beloved by fans for his thrilling innings with the bat. He's also known as one of the greatest players to ever play white ball cricket, and his induction into the Australian Cricket Hall of Fame is truly fitting.
So I'd just like to thank the committee for being inducted into the Cricket Hall of Fame. It's a very proud moment for me, and I think when I first started playing, the major format and the major focus was the longer version of the game, and I was a one-day specialist. So it's great to be rewarded and recognised in this fashion for my role in Australian cricket, both in the one-day game and also cricket in general. To be inducted with the best of the Australian cricketers who I grew up with, watched and played with and against is absolutely amazing. So thanks to the committee for bringing me on board. Obviously, in terms of thanks, the fans, they created the atmosphere, the stage and the support, and it was amazing to be a part of. My teammates, where I was very fortunate to play with some legends of the game, some great leaders that really developed a fantastic culture and support network that allowed me to flourish and to be part of a really great team in a great era. So I would like to thank my teammates and for providing the opportunity to be a part of that great era. Lastly, nothing really happens without family. So for the love, support that they've provided over the course of my career, both and after the career, both in terms of ups and downs, I'm really grateful to them. And a special thanks, I guess, to my mum and my stepdad for allowing me as a youngster to chase my dream, and without that, I probably wouldn't be standing here tonight or today to have been inducted into the Cricket Hall of Fame. So I'm happy to dedicate this to them for the opportunities and the support that they've provided and allowed for me. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Bevan. We'll open up to questions.
Michael,
congratulations on
Thank
being
you.
inducted into the Hall of Fame. Can you talk about the fact that literally changed the Hall of Fame rules to get you in there? What does that mean to you?
Well, in all honesty, it's, as I said, I have been out of cricket for 20 years. The major focus was the longer version. So to have the the focus shift back to the shorter version, to be rewarded and recognised for my contributions, and to formalise the process. So, I can now regard myself as a Hall of Famer in the one-day game and also for Australian cricket, which is a great feeling. It makes me very proud, and to have played a part and a role in Australian cricket and shaping people's views of the game.
So you scored over 19,000 first-class runs, so your work in red ball cricket was outstanding, just unfortunately convert to Test cricket. So how does it sit with you to be, I guess, known now and probably back then as a white ball one-day specialist?
I think at the time it was difficult for me because obviously I wanted to transfer my performances from first class cricket into Test cricket, and I did at times and I was inconsistent, and so it was probably harder for me at the time than after my career and what it is now. I'm sort of completely comfortable with my journey in the game, in cricket, and with myself in terms of the role I played and the career I had. So it's I'm pretty much at peace with what happened all those years ago.
Do you like the tag of being sort of the original finisher in one-day cricket?
Yeah, I do. I do, and I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm standing here and have been inducted into the Hall of Fame, because I guess, or I'm assuming, my role really shaped and changed the nature of one-day cricket, which in itself probably happened naturally for me, but it was a point, an inflection point in one-day cricket that was of importance, which is one of the reasons why it's great to be recognised and rewarded.
When you look back to your junior days, did you ever think this was possible, or do you have to pinch yourself how far you've come over all these years?
Look, I'm not sure. I mean, when I was young, playing a young cricketer in ACT, no ACT cricketer, male cricketer at that stage, had ever played for Australia, or and only a handful of first-class cricket. So I came from an area that wasn't really prodigious in the cricket landscape, and I'm not sure I truly believed I would play for Australia, but I definitely wanted to play for Australia, and it was my main focus as a person in my younger years, and probably it was that sort of motivational aspect that I think helped drove the career that I did have.
You're going to be nervous up on stage tonight? You're sharing with Clarkey, Christina, and some big names.
Well, I think public speaking and speaking in front of people is always a little bit nerve-wracking, but I am truly thankful to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I'm very grateful and generous to the people that have helped support me during my time. So if I keep it heartfelt and acknowledge the people that made it all work, then should be okay.
Not many Hall of Fame careers, Michael, are shaped by one moment, but I think maybe not for people who followed your career really closely, but a lot of cricket fans will look back at the SCG 96 and look at that as your crowning moment. How does that night sit with you, and then how that has shaped your career from then on?
Yeah, that was the defining moment of my career, and not that was the first time it happened. I'd done that on many occasions previously in other games, levels, etc., and that just so happened to catapult me and I guess help ensure that I was known for that game and known as a finisher, and help solidify, I suppose, my spot in the one-day game and the one-day team. Look, I'm completely comfortable. Again, it's not something that I set out to achieve in terms of being a finisher. It happened naturally for me. I had a certain methodology and approach and a strategy when I played, in terms of trying to make the right decisions, minimising risk, and ensuring that I gave the team the best chance of winning at the end of the match, and that all sort of happened. You know, it didn't happen by design. It happened, you know, by default, and I sort of, I guess, fell into the role, or the role found me, and I was completely comfortable within the role. And I think that was one of the reasons why I was successful at the role, because of that comfortability when I played for Australia. You know.
Is that the innings that people still bring up when they see you out for a bid?
Yeah, yeah, as I said, it's been a while. It doesn't happen that often, but if they do, they always revert back to that. And I think, look, honestly, you know, post-career, it's given me the opportunity just to get a bit more of an understanding of what it meant to people and what my career meant to people. Because when you're going through it, you're not necessarily focusing on those types of things. You're sort of just going from next game to game. And so, you know, when you take all of that away, it really gives you a greater appreciation of what you did, how you did it, and what it meant to people. So, yeah, that is one aspect that has been more top of mind for me since finishing my career.
Is there an innings that you value higher or highest in your career that perhaps you don't talk about quite so much?
Yeah, I have probably maybe 3 or 4 innings that I was really personally happy with, and rank up there with that 96 New Year's Day game. One of them was here at the MCG against New Zealand, I think in 2001, 2002. We were sort of chasing a bigger total. We were 6 for 40 or whatever it was, chasing 250, and we needed to win that match to make the finals. And I managed to get 100, and so that innings was particularly pleasing. There was another one in South Africa, and then obviously in terms of how well I hit them, there was a World 11 versus an Asian 11 game where I got 180 off 130, which was something that Michael Bevan didn't do. And so that gave me the opportunity, I guess, to showcase how I could actually hit them if I wasn't trying to win matches, I guess, and keep it so close.
When you're thinking about Test career, I mean, you've got a chance essentially as a second spinner, and you know, out of the side, as you mentioned. Can you reflect on it now? How do you feel about your Test cricket career for Australia and what you could have achieved if you had the runway?
Look, I have mixed emotions. I was certainly frustrated at the time. Look, if I was being brutally honest, I don't think I was ready either times I played for Australia in the Test. I was too inconsistent. I had great Test matches and great series, and then really poor series. And so, you know, it was about that time where I made the decision that as a player I was, you know, far too inconsistent, and I really wasn't ready, and went away and sort of worked on my game. And, you know, I felt that if I had have perhaps got another chance after that, it might have worked out probably more to my liking. But, you know, of course, the Australian team was very strong. There are a lot of good batsmen floating around, and that opportunity never really happened. So, you know, I think by and large as a player, I definitely improved quite a lot after the age of 27, but never really received another opportunity. So I'm pretty comfortable with that scenario. It's just the way it worked out.
Also share some of the World Cup wins. Just obviously that was a big part as well. Just any reflections or memories from those World Cup wins?
Yeah, look, I've been fortunate at playing 3 World Cup finals, narrowly losing 1 and winning 2, and I think the 2003 World Cup was, everything just went so smoothly, and we were such a well-oiled machine that we apart from a few hiccups, I think we were generally expected to win that competition. But the high point, or the great memory for me in World Cup cricket was 1999 in England, where we had to win 7 matches in a row to win the World Cup final. Up till that point, we'd only ever won 3 matches in a row in the team that I played for, and so it was really quite amazing and astounding the performances of individuals in each of those 7 games under pressure to get us through to achieve what was you know, in my career from a team perspective, an amazing achievement, and something that will be, you know, one of my major memories in one-day cricket, you know, for the rest of my life, really.
How would you go these days, like with the
Well, I'm pretty fit, so I think I'd probably do all right. I just have to stretch and add a few more shots to the game, I think. No, look, I follow cricket from afar. I think it's evolved very quickly. The T20 game is both, a huge plus for the cricket game and presents some challenges as well in terms of formatting, etc., etc. Whenever I get to watch the shorter version T20 cricket, I'm always struck and amazed by how good these guys' skills are and where they've taken it to, and so it's always a reminder of what I used to do and a reminder of how good they are and the skills they possess nowadays.
Good on you. There you go.
Yes. Pleasure to be on board.
Yes. Great stuff. I want to say a few words.
You go for it, mate.
Go for it. Oh, the big guy. Look at him.
So you look up into the stands just for a couple as well.
Screws up.
One more. Just get up into the stand again.
Done. Thanks, guys.
Or Charlotte, I'd probably run it to be honest. We're sitting in the VI.
Michael up on
Yeah, I've got it. How do I get back to?
So back to you, we can go back to other South Australians.
South Australia.
And there you are.
back of the page for us then, Michael. Yeah.
Do you still have anything?
Yeah, well, this is pretty special.
Threes?
Yeah, that was my last ever game of cricket, I think.
In the threes?